with that, I know and I understand a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation? That's a very vague question, and it's for you
What
to
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high functioning?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in
My
relationships?
my life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go.
I mean, okay, guys. So basically, what I want to do is have a look at this conversation because honestly, it's not too many times where we really see these type of men really held accountable for their behaviors and their lifestyles. But guess what? She did a very textbook job of breaking this down, and hopefully you'll watch the whole clip because this is gonna sum up a big problem that we have in the Black community, a huge problem that we have in the Black community.
You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby. It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
this is why I said what I said. Because what we just heard is this man just say that he's not married. He has 8 kids. Not quite as many as Nick Cannon, which is like 12 or 13. You know, he has a whole Last Supper thing going on there. But Cam Newton has 3 women pregnant, or has gotten 3 women pregnant with 8 kids. Just doing general math, that's what you know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane. That's insane. And why this is a big deal is like, because those are 8 kids that don't have a full-time dad. Nobody ever really wants to talk about this kind of stuff, but these types of people, the damage, when you look at it, Nick Cannon forgetting one of his daughter's names on national TV. Is this really fair to the children that are being brought into the world because of their parents' reckless and irresponsibility? Because when you look at it, you see that he says, "Oh, I want to have more. I want to have more." That means that he's okay with it's not
multiple women. What's the intent?
I
I'm
just want
saying
God
about
to
your
bring
wife.
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have.
God don't have anything to do with that. And that's the truth. God don't have anything to do with it. And I hate when people try to be like, "Oh, God's plan and all this kind of stuff." God isn't making you have sex with these women without protection. God isn't making you not use contraceptives in order to not get pregnant. God isn't forcing you to do any of that. No, you're choosing to do it. Now, is there any fault of the kids? No, that's your bad decision making and the women who allow you to do it to them. But it's neither here nor there.
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it.
I think that the fear of divorce in today's society, especially as being a man with a lot of money, I think that it's fair. I think that it's valid. That's valid. That's reasonable. But that's reasonable. But if you're gonna go around and have a bunch of kids, that's something different. There are a lot of valid reasons why men would be wise to think cautiously about marriage. There are a lot of valid reasons. You know what I mean? Especially when we live in a society where the world makes it so easy for women to get divorced. It almost rewards women for divorce. But that's why they have things like prenups. That's why you need to vet people effectively. That's why it's probably better that you're not chasing Instagram baddies and instead looking to connect with people and actually building a relationship based off of values and not just whether you're attracted to the person or not. But what do I know?
I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
Facts.
You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively
일명 폭군 프로그램이라는 초인 유전자 약물.
choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next.
Honestly, and I love that she's holding him to the fire about this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we need. We need people that are willing to say what needs to be said to these people that are out here living these egregious lifestyles. And just because you can afford it doesn't mean that it's a beneficial lifestyle or it's a lifestyle that should be celebrated or shouldn't be shamed. So the thing is, like I said, you can have a valid fear of relationships or marriage per se, right? But where's that same fear of child support? Where's that same fear of raising a kid that's 6 times more likely to be in prison, six times more likely to fail, 6 times more likely to not be able to develop effective relationships? You know what I mean? All these negative things that go and are associated with broken families. And the truth of the matter is, it's selfish. It's selfish. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense because you can't say, oh, like it's one thing if you say, oh yeah, well, I'm scared about getting married. Okay, you scared about getting married, but then you're going around creating a bunch of broken homes. It's counterproductive. It's counterproductive. And then that's 3 women that you got to pay for the next 18 years. However, those kids are divided up. That's crazy.
Okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that Black men will stop.
And I believe and salute to her, because this is what I believe that more people need to do. More people need to be holding these Nick Cannons and these you know what I mean, these people that are doing and operating like this, because it's not to the benefit. Yes, your kids are gonna be taken care of because you're rich, but that doesn't change the fact of the damage that's done. And it doesn't change the fact that it's incredibly selfish. You tying up all these women's lives, you know what I mean? And like, it's just, how can I say it better than she did? You know what I mean? So, let me know what you think. Am I off? Am I off? Because I appreciate somebody being able to call these people out for these lifestyles that they choose, because there are people that try to emulate these lifestyles and don't have your resources. There are people who they just aren't good people, and they don't need to be procreating. And the truth of the matter is, unless somebody really holds these people accountable and who's gonna do it? Most people around them won't say nothing because they're yes men. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Maybe I'm off.